Good morning, everybody. This is in real time. I'm filming this on, come on, phone. Friday, May 31st, 6:56 a.m. I didn't have a video for today, so boom, here it is. And I got some stuff here. I got 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages, 5.5 pages of questions. So this is gonna be a van life Q&A. I got all of these questions off of a recent live stream that I just finished doing, and I'm gonna try to do this as often as I can, grab questions that I miss on my live stream and make a Q&A video. So let's dive right into this one. There are some really great questions on here. Beauty in Life asked me, how does one message me? Social media, don't message me on Facebook because I haven't checked my Facebook in like a year. I'm getting extremely overwhelmed with comments and messages, so it's really hard for me as the channel gets bigger to keep up with everything without hiring somebody on my team. I wish I could afford to hire somebody on my team, because I would. But best way to message me is Instagram, and that's probably going to be the best way. I try not to get people to message me privately in my email because that's strictly for business, for the channel only, but Instagram is probably your best way and best chances of getting a hold of me directly. That or Patreon, because I'm so interactive with my Patreon people, so that's another way as well too. Angie, is there anything I miss about condo life that van life just can't equal? I've been in my van for 21 months now, and there was a while there where I was missing a bath. I'm a bath guy. I'm a guy that's just like loads it full of bubbles, grabs a glass of tequila, and enjoys a good soak. So I thought, well, I'm really missing a bath. Then I went to my buddy Daniel's place, and if you've seen that video, then you know. I bought bath bombs, the whole bit. I did it all up, and it wasn't at all what I remember it to be. So there's nothing really I miss. Van life gives me so much more than my condo life could give. If I were to reverse this and go back to the condo, I'll tell you straight, I would miss way more about van life than I miss about condo life now that I'm living in a van, right? So if you haven't made that transition yet, I'm telling you, there's more benefits to this side than there is in the old side you had. You have comforts and little tiny things there that you can recreate in the van. There's just some necessities that you're gonna need across both things because it's life. You need things like toilets and stuff like that. You know, there's a toilet right here beside me here, or you can put one in your van if you want, but there's nothing I miss at all. I love van life, and I would never go back. Never, 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 never. No. I think if I ever go back and live in a sticks and bricks, I'm gonna be like shitting my pants, wearing a diaper, and old as you know what, and can't take care of myself, and everything's just destroyed. We're an old folks home. That's the only time I'm going back, is when the government's like, give me that license, old man, you can't drive no more, you're going in a senior's home. That's where you're going. So yeah, nothing I miss. Fred, the tattoo artist, can I send you tattoo cream? Absolutely. You guys can send anything you want to us. Please keep in mind of my van when you send things, because I personally don't need anything. But all my address is in the description of every single video. I prefer it if you guys want to send things, send stuff for Cruz, not for me. But yeah, if you guys want to send stuff, by all means do. Please keep in mind, if you do send me something that I don't need, I am probably going to be giving it to another van dweller or somebody who's gonna need it. So please don't expect me to keep everything that you send. But tattoo cream, I'd be down for that. This is a good question, Jeff. Do I have any problems being lonely, or do I miss human interaction? Jeff, I don't know what kind of van life you're thinking that van lifers do, but there is so much human interaction, it is ridiculous. But I think that's gonna all depend on you as a person. Because I know me, if I'm sitting at a park cleaning my van and my doors are wide open, people walk over, they're like, hey, can I have a look in your van? Because people are genuinely curious about a freedom lifestyle. And it's true, I think people from all walks of life, whether you're famous or a businessman or someone who's in like this big corporate office, I guarantee it that they're all seeking something, and they have a genuine attraction to like a nomad lifestyle. And I honestly truly believe that, because everybody I've ever bumped into has been very interested. I've had no negative kickback. You know, there's interaction everywhere, and I've had no problems. And that's not me being super social either. That's just me leaving the van doors open, leaving my life a little bit wide open for people to come over and say, excuse me, I have some questions for you. I get it all the time. So loneliness, I never feel lonely because I have the dog, probably, but I never feel lonely because I think loneliness and boredom is a mindset. That's things you create inside of here. There's so many things to do in this world, you know, to not be bored. There's so many things to do within yourself to not be lonely. Make sure you're the best company you have. You're the one that should feel comfortable with you and being by yourself. I do. I never get lonely. I entertain myself all the time, you know, but I've never ever felt anything, any disconnection because of living in a van. But that human interaction part, you guys are gonna find that the whole world is gonna walk over to you sometimes and be like, excuse me. And I'm sure the type of vehicle you drive and how you keep your van plays a major role on if it's approachable or not. Keep that in mind. If you open up your doors and it looks like a freaking pile of a mess, chances are people aren't gonna walk over. But if you've made it look pretty and you're presentable, chances are people are gonna come over and ask you questions. And I love that. And that is one of the main reasons why I park somewhere with my doors open, because I love it when people come over and ask, because I'm excited about this lifestyle. I'm excited to tell people like, hey guys, I live in a van and this is what I do. Super awesome. Jeffrey, what's the worst thing about van life? Jeffrey, there's nothing bad about van life. Nothing. There's some things that you have to adjust to make comfortable, and things you might have to get used to that aren't quite normal. Like shitting in a bag. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome to van life. There's going to be a time in this journey that you're going to have to go pull out a bag, sit on it, do your thing. Welcome to van life. Those are just things that you're going to have to get used to. You got to remember, there was a point in your time in your life where you shit in a toilet for the first time. You had to get used to doing that and learn how to do it. Well, now you're just going to have to learn how to do other things that aren't quite the conventional way of doing it. But there's no such bad thing in van life. There's so many positives that if there is a negative, it's so minor. Never ever have a problem. My son's mother, will I ever upgrade to another van at some point? Yeah, absolutely. I think there's gonna be a point in my van life, probably in the next, when this van dies, if this van ever starts to continue to break down on a regular basis, fingers crossed, I've had no problems with it so far. But if it does continually cause me problem and become a money pit, then I'm probably gonna upgrade to something bigger. You know what I'm saying? But I love my van. I could see myself in this thing for at least another 3 years anyway before I want something I can stand up in. But on that stand-up note, low roof is not a deal breaker at all. John asks, should I bother to insulate my van? This is going to depend on your area. But I do think putting up a layer of insulation just to cover the metal is key, because you have to cover up the metal, because your bare metal, the same metal that's on the outside of your van, if you can see it from the inside, that's the metal you're going to get condensation on. I never got condensation on any of my ribbing or bridging pieces, like the support areas. Never. I only got it on that bare sheet piece of metal. So I think obviously covering that section of it is key. But I do know van lifers, including myself. I lived in my van with no insulation for, up to 5 months in the van. I can't remember what it was. But I didn't have any at all, and I had no problems. But I also started towards the end of summer in September. So September, October, November. I think I insulated in December. So 4 months, something like that. You'll have to go way back to my beginning and watch my earlier videos to find out exactly when. But I also do know a van lifer, his name is John as well, that lives on Vancouver Island, that still has no insulation in his van. And I think he's been doing it for about a year, I think, with no insulation. And he said it gets a bit moist and stuff on the roof, but he's rocking it. You know what I'm saying? But keep in mind your climate too as well, because where you live makes a fat difference. James, man, this is gonna be a long video. We're 10 minutes in. Woo! Okay, James, we need more new Cruz videos. So if you don't know, my dog has his own YouTube channel. Links are in the bottom of the description of every one of my videos now. Wants more new Cruz videos. I'm finding it really hard to make content for him while making content for me, but I do have some videos coming out. I'm trying to release his videos one time per week. I don't want the extra workload. Kaylee asked, how old is Cruz? He will be 5 months tomorrow. June 1st, he was born January 1st, so he will be 5 months tomorrow. Drunfkoff, do I try to avoid tourist places when I travel? No, I don't try to avoid them, but I also like to travel to those locations during the week. When most people are at work or kids are in school. Summer times, things get a little bit more busier all the way around, but I still try to keep to those places during the week because all the locals are going out with all the travelers, on the weekends, making them twice as freaking busy. But yeah, I mean, I'm a weekday traveler. You'll find even in my videos too, is that, I try to hit places all like on a Monday to a Friday. Weekends, I'll rather find somewhere to chill out and relax for the weekends. Blade Runner. I need internet to work. How can I get internet in Vancouver? And they made a comment about like those TV antennas grabbing, cable connections from the air. You can't, Canada's a bit tough and weird. If you live in Vancouver, I'm going to tell you, find a friend or family member or somebody who has Shaw internet at home and get them to connect your device to their home internet. That's what I have. I have a subscriber that has a Sticks and Bricks home that has Shaw internet at home, and what he does is he takes my Wi-Fi password out of my devices, puts it into his Shaw Go Wi-Fi, then my cell phone and my laptop stay connected to all the hotspots all over the place, and I know there is a freaking ton of hotspots. Take this for example. On my last trip out to go get Cruz, when I hit Calgary, I hit the Shaw Go Wi-Fi app to find out where the hotspots were. Calgary alone has 7,000 Shaw Go Wi-Fi hotspots. So that's my suggestion, is find somebody, get on a forum, get on somewhere, get on Craigslist, find somebody to give you a spot on their home Shaw Go Wi-Fi, or make a friend in Vancouver and get them to hook you up. Otherwise, I don't know. That's what I do for internet, and I work online all the time, full time, every day, and that's how I stay connected. If not, I stay connected. Starbucks right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna upload a video from right back here because I'm getting a full Starbucks connection, because that's a glass window. It's covered, but that's a glass window. So I'm getting the Starbucks connection out here in the parking lot. Be innovative, guys. Think. You don't have to go into businesses to get their Wi-Fi, and Starbucks is got good, fast internet, and out here there's Starbucks everywhere. Rebecca asked, can I hook a 200 watt inverter up to my main battery? If you're talking about the battery that starts your van, yeah, you can, but my suggestion is do not run that inverter while your van is not running. If you're not talking about the main battery and you're talking about a house battery that you installed inside of your van to run your van, because you don't want to mess around with your starter battery, because that's what starts your van to keep it moving. Don't mess with that one. But if you do put a deep cycle inside of your van, like just say running off a smart isolator to your alternator so it charges your house battery while you drive, yeah, you can hook up a 200 watt inverter to it. You can hook up a 1500 watt inverter to that battery. So yeah, I'm not too sure what you wanted out of that question, but yeah, you can. Just don't mess with your starter battery. Leave that one alone unless your van is running. Got it? Got it. Okay. I got New Hope. Ever think about putting curtains in the back of your van to let some light in the back of my van? No. I haven't. I've thought about making something fancy on the top so I don't have to see like the window pieces, but I have pink foam board insulation that's painted black that's popped inside of my window so no light gets through. And if I ever want light in the back of my van, I just pop my back doors open. And I don't spend enough time inside of my van to need external light. And if I do, I just open up my front curtains and let it through the front. The roof vent itself, actually, like your roof fan, if you have one, like I have the Max Air 5100K or something, that lets in light alone because I have the white top so the light still gets through it. And if you're gonna ask, do I know if the light gets out of it? I've never noticed. I've never been outside the van when my lights are on, and I honestly don't care, because the whole stealth thing, who gives a shit? I live in my van, who cares? But yeah, I've never thought about putting curtains in the back. Dave Kim, do I ever plan on traveling to the US, or am I only gonna travel in Canada? No, but I wanna travel Canada until I feel like I've gotten enough of my country, and then I will move to another country and start traveling that one. So that's mainly because I'm in no rush to travel. I have my whole life to travel, so I'm gonna travel it slow, take my time, and enjoy the places I have. But as of right now, I probably have the next 3 to 5 years with my connection here in Vancouver, because my daughter is still young. I'm sure once she hits like 18 years old, she's gonna be like, bye, Dad. So until that time happens, I'm kind of stuck always coming back to Vancouver every few weeks. So my travels, I'm gonna have some longer trips in throughout. I'm gonna slowly start, finding some areas where I can take off for 3 months or 4 months. But for the most part, I still have my family connection of my daughter here. Kimberly asks, have I always been upbeat and positive? The answer to that simply is no. I've had times in my life where things were not, come on, man, I've been through some shit. All right, so when you go through those kind of things, I've always come out on the opposite positive side of those things. I never stayed in the negative side of it. I've always been a positive thinker, but I've been through some really nasty things in my life, and there's been times where I have been extremely negative and, being stuck in places, but I've always been that person that even though I'm stuck in that negative spot, I've always got this energy around me that's always made me push out of it and push forward or think towards something bigger and better and greater. But there's times where I've been stuck in scenarios like my old day job. I didn't think I could get out. I was in debt, I was stuck, and because of that, I thought I was stuck to the job. How am I gonna pay rent? How am I gonna pay this bill? How am I gonna get out of this debt? So I'm stuck in a stupid job. So that came with a whole lot of negativity. But look at me today. I branched out, I got out, I quit, I moved into a van, and my life has never been any better. But the answer to that simply is no. But I still have negative days even today. I'm having a good day today though. Lapierre, speak French. You realize Lapierre, Canada, there's only a very tiny, small little place in Canada that speaks French. The rest of it doesn't. I don't know anybody, actually I highlight my buddy Jim speaks French. But he's from Quebec, which is this French-speaking province in Canada. Canada's massive, and there's only one province that's French-speaking. That's Quebec. Quebec, I don't know what they call it, I have no idea. But yeah, Canada is not, and I don't know why Canada's got this, oh, we're French-speaking. No, we're not. We speak English. Healthy Earth. What do I think about a single girl living in a van in Vancouver? Would it be safe? Absolutely safe. There's nothing to say about that one. Van life is safe. You have keys on your home. You can move it if you don't like the area. Safe. Okay, we're gonna blast through the rest of it. We're at 20 freaking minutes, so let's do this. Do I find that there's a stigma surrounding van life, and what do my family and friends think? Like I said at the beginning of this live stream, there's more positivity surrounding this that I find than negative things surrounding van life. Because people walk over to me all the time like, hey, or I'm bumping into random people at the beach that are like, hey, I just bought a van. People in vehicles that you're like, okay, this guy's gonna be a problem. He walks over and is like, excuse me. I'm like, yeah, he's got this fat Mercedes. He's like, I have a question for you about your lifestyle. I'm like, oh great, here we go. Listen, he's like, so how do you find it? I tell him the truth, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, I'm about to quit my job and retire early, and I'm just bought myself a big Sprinter van, and I'm gonna go travel, and I'm retiring at 55. But people that you would never expect that are doing this lifestyle are getting into it and doing it. I don't find any negative attachment. And if somebody has a negative stigma to it, those are closed-minded people that need to just like open their mind and experience life for what life is. They're closed-minded. F those people. Sorry. But you know what I'm saying though? Forget the negative stigma. Live your life the way you want to live your life. Who cares what anybody else thinks? And on that note, the second part of Heather's question is, what do your friends and family think? Here's the truth from me to you. You shouldn't care what your friends and family think. It's your life at the end of the day. Don't live the life that they want you to live. Live the life that you want to live. So my friends think it's freaking rad. They thought it was awesome. I'm like, hey man, I'm moving into my van. They're like, say what? And then once they've seen the van all done, they're like, oh shit, I get it. This is cool. And a lot of times seeing the van and seeing your living space changes their mind, because I think they think when you say you're gonna move into a van, they picture like a pile of like homeless mess, you know what I mean? And you living like a slum. But when you pull up and your van's fully dialed out, people are like, oh damn. It'll change what your friends and family think. And if your friends and family aren't on board, who gives a crap? Do what you want to do. When they see you happy, they see you debt-free, they see you living free, they see you traveling to places that they only dream, they're going to change their mind, and that's the truth. And you got to realize that if they love you for who you are, what you do with your life should not matter to them. It shouldn't change how much they love you or how they love you. Does that make sense? So live life for you. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Van Loppy, have I ever had any problem with the police? Have they ever knocked on my van? Never. And I think if you're doing something in your van life, am I talking faster now that I'm trying to just get this over with here? Or is it 20? It's going to be like a 30-minute Q&A. No, and I think if you're parking somewhere that the police are knocking, it's not the police that are the problem. It's a resident in a home that doesn't like your van parked out front. Keep that in mind. Most of the problems I know here, like in my scenarios where I'm living, if you're having a police problem, it's because a resident phoned and said, hey, look, there's someone sleeping in a van on the street. I don't want them here. And the police will have to come and say, excuse me, can you please move down the block, please? We've had a complaint. No big deal. It happens. But you just got to keep that in mind. Stay away from visible view of somebody's home. And you know what I mean? Like, find somewhere good and just use that thing in your head, use that feeling in your heart if the place feels comfortable, and then park there. If you get in trouble, who gives a shit? Move down the street. You know what I mean? We have no problems with van life in Vancouver. None. The only problems that they're having in Vancouver with van life is like the big broken down RVs that sit there for months on end. Elincia, anything scary about van life for the first time? No. It's a bit of a weird feeling your first night sleeping in the van, but is it scary? No. You got to realize that some of those feelings in there might not be fear. They might be just that change and excitement. Embrace those moments. Those are feelings that you don't get in your usual loop of a life you've been living in. So when you move into a van, you're going to experience some different feelings. Embrace those feelings because they're fun. Josh, how long will I do van life? Josh, simple, forever. I am not turning around, and I talked about that at the beginning. Come on, I had to put this one in here. Beauty asked me, I heard you're a womanizer. Is that a lie? Listen, Beauty, whatever talk YouTube channel you're watching that are talking negative shit like that about people, stop watching them. Nobody needs negativity in their life. Come on, what kind of question is that? The reason why I put that in this Q&A is because I've heard that from somebody once before. Someone's like, hey, I heard on somebody's YouTube channel that you're a blah, blah, blah. Stop watching that YouTube channel. Why would you wake up in the morning and put negativity in your day for no reason? Think about it, you guys. Surround yourself in positive things. Positive things, good energy, and good people will make all those things happen in your life. Positivity, good energy, and just all around goodness. You put yourself in negative situations, you're gonna get a negative outcome. You're a negative person, your life's gonna be negative. You talk negative, you're just gonna get negativity back. So be a beam of like sunshine. That was a bit weird, but you get it. Like, just put out positive energy, and positive energy will come back to you. And don't watch negativity, talk, and all that blah, 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 blah. Because I know there's channels out there that talk about us van lifers. Talk, 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 talk. It's just talk. Running your mouth isn't doing anything. It's just blah, 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 blah. Stop watching those guys. Keep it real. Okay, I'm gonna end this video. It'll be a 30-minute Q&A. There's a good name for the video, a 30-minute Q&A. So at the end of it, I got a few things for myself and a question I have for all of you, because if you've made it this far in the Q&A, then I know that you guys are true followers of the channel. So this question, I kind of need your help with something. So I'm having a meetup this Sunday. So today is Friday. I'm having a meetup this Sunday at Spanish Banks, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Vancouver. Google Spanish Banks Beach. You'll find us. Drive down the beach somewhere until you see me. I will be parked at 10 a.m. somewhere. So if you're driving down early and you don't see me, don't worry about it. But at 10 a.m., I promise I will be parked somewhere where we're going to be having the meetup. So come down and find us. Come meet Cruz. And it's going to be a super fun day. And I'm excited because I know I have some people here from the U.S. that have made the travel up. And I'm pumped up to meet you guys. So also, I've got my merch, my Weirdos Unite merch. And also my YouTube channel merch is all on Teespring. It's in the links down below. I got some new designs on there. I got one that says, "Yup, I'm weird." And I also have one that you've seen me wear in shirts in the past few videos that say, van life because normal life sucks. And I also redesigned a bunch of the Weirdos Unite stuff, and I'm really spending some time on my Teespring store. So today, Friday, May 31st, I have a phone call with Teespring today because there's some things I want to do on merch that I'm gonna need their help with. So I actually have a business meeting on the phone with them to talk about some really rad merch ideas that are hopefully coming out soon, and I'm pumped up because the ones that I'm gonna be designing in this conversation with them are going to be my first actual set of like real design merch, not just a logo on a t-shirt. Like these will be like full-blown prints and stuff like that. So I'm pretty freaking pumped up. On that note, I do have a question for you. You guys know my old logo, the one with me and Disco on it. It said Van City Van Life, and my face and his face. I'm debating on getting my graphic designer to just design me a Van City Van Life logo. Just a logo for the channel without our faces in it. Here's where I'm drawn. Do I just do the Van City Van Life logo, meaning that I can use it on anything and I'll never have to upgrade it again, aka 10 years down the line when Cruz isn't with me? Or do I recreate the logo we had before? Which this kind of part excites me, but then I'm torn on it. So recreating the logo we had before, taking Disco out of the logo, obviously putting gray hair in my face on the logo because I didn't have gray hair when that logo was put on there. They didn't have as much anyway. So, but my face will still be on there, adding Cruz to the logo, and then redesigning the whole thing so it looks a little bit different and it doesn't look like the old logo with Disco taken out. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about me recreating it with me and Cruz, or just doing just a YouTube channel logo alone without our faces in it? The reason why the faces in it for me is exciting is because everything I do on my channel is about me and the dog and our life in the van. So having our faces in it really kind of makes it personal, but then obviously that logo at some point has an expiry date. Like if I ever pass away, then Cruz will have his own logo. Or if, 10 years down the line when Cruz passes away or something like that, then I'll have to recreate the logo. So what do you guys think? So should I redo that logo with their faces in it and spice it up a little bit so it doesn't look like the old logo, or just do a regular logo? It's making sense? I probably said logo 100 times in this little thing. But anyway, guys, if you guys can help me out with that, hit it up down in the comments. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this long 30-minute freaking Q&A. It's insane. 30-minute Q&A. Oh, this internet at Starbucks better be super freaking fast. Anyway, everybody, have yourself an awesome freaking Friday. And if you love what we do here, please come over and check out Patreon. It's super freaking fun. And yeah. Okay, Chrome, stop babbling. You guys have probably stopped watching now anyway, so peace out. Adios. Stay weird, guys. Bye.